So hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Shane. How you guys are doing? Welcome to my podcast. I haven't given a name to the podcast. Well, it's our podcast for now. I don't know what to name it, but anyways, I'm just here just to say hi to everybody. I have an Instagram. It's called High Top Life, and I talk about being inspired, motivated, just inspirational videos in general. And this is my friend right here, Denzi. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Shane and I come up with this. Well, it was mainly Shane's idea, so I have to give the credit to him on this, doing the
Hmm.
podcast. Where, as we both spoke in the first episode about being of that same mindset where we try and bring some positivity into the world, I'm focusing solely on mindset, and it can be to do with trying to get fit, making your body stronger and your mind stronger. And my role as a coach, like I focus mainly on the mindset because it's to do with like morning routines. Um, it can be to do with working out, of course. It's just having a set routine for yourself each day to be the best that you can be. In short, really. And I have a variety of different clients that I work with. Some people want to work on fitness. Some people want to work on diet. Um, some people want to work on their mindset. But yeah, it can vary. And this is kind of
Hmm.
like the road that I'm going down with my coaching. So I teach people how to live and be the best that they can be. The very first book that I read on when I got into this space of coaching and mindset and personal development, I
Hmm.
read the book called The Daily Stoic, and they're meditations of ancient philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius, um, Seneca. These were like great deep thinkers, and this book is really great because it's just daily meditations on how to live the good life and not react to everything that's going on around you in life. And
Hmm.
at that point in my life, I was reacting to a lot of things and I was looking for something that was going to make me become more self aware. And
Yeah.
nearly 5 years down the road, here I am with you doing this podcast. And it feels amazing to get my voice out there and to interact with different people because
Hmm.
through my Instagram, you can only do up to like 1 or 2 minute reels, and then somebody might get bored. So if people want to sit and do a car journey or go for a walk or go to the gym, they can hopefully listen to a podcast like this because I know that with a podcast, I can set time aside to like listen and take note. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so this is what we're doing right now, and it's good to to watch the videos and tune in and just listen to us what we have to say to share our experiences, the things that we've been through in life, and just try to motivate and change some lives out there. So we're both learning from each other as we go down this life that we are living right now. So yeah. So we're gonna be talking about what's called overcoming adversity. I think we all have faced, well, I think everyone in the world has faced some type of problem trying to overcome it, and it's difficult and it's super hard as hell. And yeah, I've been through a lot in my life, so so I
yeah,
just want to share that with you guys. Yeah, so you want to go, Ben?
yeah. I was gonna just before we get started on that, I had an idea for the name for the podcast.
Yeah, man, let's
So
go ahead. We are in the what's it called? With the stages. We're just trying to figure out things as we go along. So go ahead, man.
So remind me of the file name you sent me for the first episode. You called it a name. I can't remember now. And something it came to mind. Can you remember?
The member, I think we were talking about what's it called? Sharing our experiences, motivation.
On the video itself you sent me to review the video, you said you put a title for the video. It was like My Life or something like My Life Project.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's
So
it called?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I remember. I think a good name is to call it something like
Project
Life
Life,
Project
Life
or
Project.
um Project Life, something like that. Yeah, because life is a project. Life is never complete. So yeah, maybe
It sounds
we'll talk about this
it
afterwards.
sounds
But yeah,
pretty good. I mean, we could still come up with using like different acronyms and adjectives and whatnot to put it all together. So Yeah, we're in beginner stages and we're trying to figure out things as we go along. But that's how that's the interesting about life, you know. We just go with the flow, take a leap of faith, and just see where life takes you down the lane. And and sometimes it's just not overthinking it a lot. Just go what feels right. That's
Throw it,
what.
throw it,
Yeah,
throw it at the wall and see which sticks.
yeah. Pretty much that's about it. So yeah.
Okay,
So
well, let put that aside. We can talk about that some
yeah,
other
pretty
time. But
much.
I've got it in my head for now
Yeah,
as
yeah.
um. Oh, I just forgot. The life project
Yeah.
TLP. But we'll talk about that. So yeah, going back to your original when you handed over to me, you were going to ask me about what I think was it.
Well, like overcoming adversities, like you just shared some experiences and things that
Okay.
you been through in life, and how do you overcome it and whatnot.
I think one thing for me, not to at the moment go into too much detail, but to talk about the setbacks I've had with school, work,
Mm-hmm.
education, just education in life, even like working out in the gym, which
Yeah,
like when you are plateauing in the gym, when you like, for example, hit your personal best and you feel like you can't get past it, that's the best time to reach out to the experts, to talk to people
sure,
inside the
sure.
gym and get out of your shell because a lot of us, when we go to the gym, we have our headphones on and we don't want to talk to people. We get
Yeah,
nervous because we think people are staring at us, that, that type of thing. So
yeah.
I had to um, I mean, I've been working out like consistently for at least 9 or 10 years now, with only
Hmm.
short breaks in between. I would say I'm fairly consistent, and
You're healthier than I am, so yeah, yeah, for
well, I mean,
sure.
it's just, different lifestyle. I mean, you've got the kids to focus on, man. Like me, I don't have kids at the moment, so what else am I going to do?
Mm,
I'm walking everywhere, but I've just got into that flow of things, and one of those things is like when I was lifting weights when I was younger, I couldn't lift very heavy at all. I've always been a skinny guy and like, I couldn't put on muscle or weight at all.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I had to force myself to speak to people in the gym that looked bigger and stronger than me to get their advice because I thought I can only do so much research, but if I see somebody doing something that I'm interested in and
Hmm.
I'm hitting that point of do I give up or is this for me because I can't seem to get any stronger,
Yeah, yeah.
speaking to the people that are ahead of you in life in that sense, their wisdom passed down to me has always stuck in my mind since I was 20 years old, basically. So
Okay.
um, that was like for me an example of adversity where I feel like I wasn't making any progress after a few years, but then I had to speak to somebody to kind of um, prove that I was dedicated to the cause, to try and get bigger and stronger.
Mm,
Um, So yeah, other things like education we spoke about in the first episode. I
yeah, yeah.
wasn't very good in school, and that was a big setback for me in many ways because I was told by so many people you're not going to make it.
Mm.
Um,
I know that
you're not.
feeling. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So that's just one thing that just came massively to my mind is that whenever I've done exams at education level or for a job to try and get into a higher level in my job, because I spoke about before, I've done apprenticeships before to try to get to that next level and be qualified.
Yeah,
There's so
yeah.
many times where I've just failed exams and I've just had to turn and look for something else in life, and that can really affect you. I've had so many jobs in the last 10 years,
Me too.
so yeah, but it shapes you, it makes you. You get different experiences. I talk
Hmm.
to people that have been in jobs for 20, 30 years. Some of them are happy, but some of them are just so sad. And that sticks in the mind that, okay, they were good at their job and they were enjoying it at one point and earning good money, but did they really get any experiences from life? Did they have enough setbacks and come through enough adversity,
Yeah, that's true.
And that shapes people in other ways. So yeah, as I say, those types of things were education, jobs, school,
Hmm.
um, I would call them a lot of setbacks and coming through that adversity. And look at me, I'm 29 now. Um, I work for a big company called British Gas over here, which I'm an engineer now, and I mean at the moment, unfortunately, I was taken ill last year, and I've had to take some time off of work.
Mm.
I won't bore people to death with that, but this is the hardest job, and these are the hardest exams I ever sat in my life. And I've had to come through so much adversity with this job in particular because whilst I was training, I started off as an apprentice. At 27 years old, I was earning next to nothing in terms of money, like
Oh, wow.
barely enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so an apprenticeship out here is like government funded, and you're earning what a kid coming out of school would earn as a part-time job, like
Mm.
barely £1,000 a month, which is not enough, barely enough to pay the bills. So I had that. I failed some of my exams. I got set back. Um, on the final week of my final exams, when I was meant to pass that final week, just over a year later, I had COVID on that same week.
Yeah.
That set me back massively because I had to drop down into a different class, and they couldn't put me into a different group for a long time. So I was sat at home focusing on my coaching. I was dedicating a lot of time to that, but um, I I was at a crossroads with that. I was like, it was like 2 months long of just sitting at home doing nothing, and I was like, what is all of this for? Like I've come through these exams now, and this has happened to me, and now it looks like It was getting to the point where if I didn't get back into a class and take that exam, I would have to start from scratch. So
Mm.
just over a year of hard work was like within weeks, and I'm talking weeks of if I don't sit that exam, then I'd have to start all over again. I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing
That's
that shit.
damn, damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even thinking about it now is making me hot and sweaty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that was a real tough time because as a man, I felt like a letdown to my wife because I knew how much money I could earn at that
Oh,
point.
jeez, man.
And
God,
yeah,
that I have to say, man, I don't mean to cut you up, but that hurt as hell, man. And yeah, being in the world we live in today, man, like men are supposed to you should be financial, have financial, better financial status. You should know where you're going. You need to have this. You need to have a car. You need to have a house. You need to have a plan, blah blah blah, and all this type of stuff. But it's a lot of pressure being a man, man, for
it
real.
is. Let's be real. Like this lay the cards out on the table. Let's not pretend that equality is now a major thing. It's becoming that way. People, females want equal pay, and rightly so in certain aspects.
Mm,
It's the same with men. I think maybe off the top of my head, I can't think of a specific job role for a female, but if females were better in that role, then they should be paid more than men. No, vice versa. It works the same way, basically. I'm not trying to say men are better than women, women are better than men, or anything like that. But I
yeah.
think um, I still have that stigma attached to me where I should be the breadwinner, and any setback, I should not cry or be upset. I just need to get on with it and earn so much money to take care of my family. Like
Mm,
I, that comes from my upbringing with my dad. Um, he was the main financial breadwinner, and times are changing. They are changing. I get that, but I can't help it. I'm just new to this family life with my wife, and we've only been moved out now for nearly 5 years, and it's still early days, and I still have that mindset of a typical male where you feel like you have to have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you shouldn't cry or be upset. And if you don't earn enough money, you have to earn enough money. It's not okay. But we've been together for so long now that I'm slowly coming away from that type of mindset. But you're right, men still have that
mm,
feeling. It is what it is. You can't help it. You can't suppress those feelings. So yeah, like I said, with this current job, I had to come through so many setbacks, and
mm,
I finally qualified at the beginning of 2023, and then I was taken ill whilst I was in a customer's house, and then almost a year to the day next month, like they say 11 months down the line, I'm still at home waiting to go back because I can't drive at the moment. And
mm,
I've had so many bad thoughts in that. period of like I'm not earning enough money, I can't provide for my wife, I can't barely pay the bills, things like that. But it's also been a blessing in disguise because I've put so much time into my coaching, doing this with you,
Yeah.
um, investing in small things like a mic.
Yeah, yeah,
um,
man. Yeah, one small step, man.
yeah, so I mean, if the coaching, if I didn't have the coaching and this personal development and my fitness, I don't know where I would be because in these 11 months, that's all I've focused on pretty much, and it's been my saving grace really because I don't know where else I would have turned to. And I in context, I try and put it back to how we were in lockdown, like
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago, where I had that opportunity to start learning something new whilst I wasn't working, and I've turned that opportunity into that. I've turned that setback into an opportunity, and that was my adversity. That was the last time last year when I faced adversity. And as I say, a year later, okay, I'm not driving at the moment. I'm still not working, but
Mm.
putting everything into the coaching, and that for me is overcoming that adversity in life. You know,
Oh,
turning something that could be a negative into a positive.
that's
So
good,
yeah,
man.
sorry,
Yeah, I
I know I
feel.
went off on a little tangent there.
Nah, man, it's all right, man. You're speaking from from your heart and saying what you got to
That's
say.
it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you got to do what I can say to you, Denise, is like what I discover for myself, um, not to get so tied up on, trying to be a breadwinner, don't
Mm,
get so tied up trying to, I gotta be Mr. Perfect or whatever. I mean, sometimes it come across your mind like that. You got to do this, you got to do it because that's what you're expected to do. But in life, I don't think everyone is expected to do A, X, Y, Z and everything else or whatever. There's going to be some flaws. There's going to be some, you're going to fall down and, you just got to like take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not expected to give ourselves like, let's say, do the best that you can. Put it that way. Do the best that you can. And don't get tied up with focusing like I need this, or I need that, or whatever it is. You do what you got to do. So, you said to yourself, you said that you did your coaching, you were focusing on that when it was locked down and stuff. I think that was great because, you put it towards something that you really love and you really enjoy doing. I mean, you're not really making I don't know anything about your finance, but you're not making anything. But the thing is, you're getting there, and that's a good thing, and that's what you enjoy doing, and that's fine. That's all right. It's like I mean, I hear what you're coming from. Sometimes I think a lot of men feel like that. Sometimes I feel like a little less than a man or whatever it is, and But anyways, like me, I have my own adversities, man. I had a ton of stuff, and I don't even know where to start. But it molded me into the person that I am today because I know how to like look at the problem. Sometimes I feel stressed out, but I know how to like go about dealing with it, even though
mm,
I'm like, damn, why the hell this had to happen to me or whatever it is. But I faced it. Like there's one story like a long time ago in New York before I was coming to Taiwan, right? Like I was spending time with my, the time to spend some time with my girlfriend who is my wife right now. So I was back in New York and I was going through one hell of a time because I was working at this job that it's called Wolfgang Puck. Okay, Wolfgang Puck. It was a pizza place or whatever. It was in the Terminal 7 in New York at JFK. And I was going through some hard time because I was studying and I was working, and then the snow came and the train shut down, and I needed money and I need to travel. I need to do this, and I didn't really had anyone by my side that was comforting me and just helping me out or whatever. So I really just had to like pull through. I got up like what was it? I had to get up like around like midnight to be at my job like around 2 o'clock because it takes a long time. I'm leaving Brooklyn, taking the train, and I hated taking the damn train in New York, man, at late night because it's it's not good, man. I used to tell my friend, man, the freaks comes out at night.
yeah.
there's a lot of crazy people on the train, and and just looking at all the crazy people and all the craziness, I'm just like, oh my God, man. Let me in this hurry up and just go to work and
Yeah,
just make it through it, and and I can get my money and I can go to Taiwan and start teaching English and doing whatever. It was pretty hard. It was pretty tough. And I can say coming here in Taiwan, it kind of got a little more harder now because the culture differences.
yeah,
And I had to I took like some mentality, my personality. Well, from I'm American, so coming to a different country, I can't act so much like American, but I still keep my personality, but be respectful that you're living over here is a different culture, different view of life, different perspective, different religion, and all that type of stuff. So it was hard for the past couple months, and even though I was, with my girlfriend, who's my wife right now, I just had like what was it called? Culture shocked? Culture
yeah,
shock. So that messed me up, man, because I felt myself was going into a depression state. Is because I tried to, find things to simulate what I was doing in America to keep, to keep my mind going and saying, like playing games or doing something similar to America or whatever, but it wasn't over here like that in Taiwan. So I found myself in a depression state. I started getting sick and whatnot or whatever. It's because I didn't really have any friends or anyone around here in Taiwan that I had to talk to or whatever it is. But as I was, I'm t came to Taiwan to teach English or whatever. I got my job and I was teaching in one of the schools, just teaching kids English. So I faced another problem too. It's just dealing with kids and dealing with the culture, how they go about doing things. It was pretty tough. So, after like I say about like maybe my first 6 months in Taiwan, start to get a little better. I started to go out a little bit more. I started to talk to people a little more. I started being a little more involved. I started to take control of my life and start doing things and making it better. But sometimes I don't even want to be around that problems or whatever, being around people and stuff like that because I think I became a little antisocial. Don't want to talk so much. I don't want to do that, but I did what I can, like step by step, to get myself a little better or whatnot. So and also I was looking for money too, so I needed money also as well. So it was pretty tough for myself. So I was trying to earn some money for myself and to save it and to try to build a life. And it was kind of difficult because you got to go to a school and you have to work for like this amount of hours for many years or whatever, and you have to earn this X amount of money. Depends on the raise or whatever. So it takes some time. So, as I started becoming a teacher for like many years, I started to become a little more better about how I'm doing things and how I'm teaching kids and how am I, dealing with Taiwan and dealing with the parents and dealing with the family over here. A lot of people, I became a little more better now because now I'm coping with it. I'm not afraid. I'm not tired. I don't want to, I felt more better about myself versus a lot of people that come to Taiwan, they just kind of get tired. Just say like, "Oh, I don't like this country. I don't like this. I can't do this here. I want to go back to America. I want to go back to England. I want to go back to Canada and all that type of stuff." So I was like, "Nah, man, just take some time, man. Don't feel like you have to like, feel like living in Taiwan is not such a bad thing. It's not taking away nothing from you. It's giving you an experience.
mm,
You learn the culture, you learn Chinese, you're learning about what's going on over here. So it takes some time, but some people it's really hard for a lot of people. So for me living here for like many years, I become used to it. So I'm okay and I got better. So it's just living here in Taiwan, my own like for like how many years, like almost 13 years or so.
mm,
It was a roller coaster where everything wasn't perfect or whatever, but I try to make the best of it. So that's what it is. So I just learned to overcome a lot of adversities dealing with people also as well at work and dealing with people here in Taiwan. The culture here sometimes it could get on your nerves,
mm.
but It's just the way it is. Because if you think about it, I'm from New York. I'm from America, you know? It's same thing that goes over there. Imagine you from the UK and you going to America to stay there. You probably feel like, oh, you know, I'm good here. Place is nice. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know, I miss the UK, man. They do this and they do that, and you know, they dress a certain way, they talk this and do this or whatever, and you just feel like, okay, you know what? I think I kind of had enough. It was good visiting here. I want to go back to the UK. But if you are
Yeah,
living in the US, you know, you probably start to find different ways to cope with the culture over there
yeah.
and find some people that you want to talk to, or you know, find a job that's your interest and that can help you out and make you feel more better about who you are. So anyways, staying in Taiwan, I think it's made me overcome a lot of obstacles because a lot of people in my family, they can't believe that I'm in Taiwan, you know? They're wondering how I'm coping over here. I'm
Yeah.
telling like, okay, I have people that I talk to. I talk to my wife. I walk around. I get to know a lot of people over here. I mean, I don't have so much of friends or whatever. I just like, you know, I still have my, you know, I like to stay in my own stay in my own corner, but I still
Mm.
talk to people and still be respectful or whatever. So yeah, so a lot of people were wondering like, how do you do that? So I was like, man, it's just relax and stop overthinking stuff and just have fun and just
Go
learn
with the flow.
what's going on over here, you know?
Yeah, go with the flow. What do you what do you attribute this feeling like you can overcome setbacks? Because for me, I view and this is just me, my bias talking about my adversities in life. I've had real adversities that when I was younger to
Hmm.
be a lesson not to do that again. Or I've had adversities where it's taught me a lesson and I can learn from that and it didn't scar me so much. It was, and we go through different types of adversities,
Yeah,
but for
yeah.
me, I feel like I have that mindset within me where I can overcome anything in life. Like I'm surrounded by people that have depression, and if they were to do something like you did there, or have the many different jobs that I had growing up, like
Hmm.
from a young man to where I am now, I don't think many of those people would have survived, not in terms of life, but like they probably would have suffered a lot more because most of those people that I know probably don't have that ability to get outside of that comfort zone so much, and they probably stay in that same job. And so, yeah, sorry, I know I'm going on a tangent, but for me, that's how I view overall adversity in life is just the way that life works is that it throws curveballs at you and it wants to see if you can dodge those curveballs, overcome them, and get stronger and be a better version of yourself. Not
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm going to throw this adversity ball at you and I want to see you suffer. It's like, obviously, it depends on your mindset. But for me, that's how I view adversities, that sometimes they're initially quite bad, but I always look back and think, that's what made me that person today. I don't resent what happened
Hmm.
ever. Whatever happened to me in the past, from being born to where I am now, I don't always feel so happy about those bad things, but I would never change them because I don't think I would be the person that I am today, and I'm happy with that.
I
So
mean, yeah, yeah, of
for
course. I
you,
mean, life will throw you curveballs and you just have to, you know, you just have to go with it, you know, and just not
yeah,
try to, you know, avoid it, to be honestly, because like, yeah, people like, you know, like you were getting better, like you're learning about coaching when you were in lockdown and a lot of stuff like that. Probably were a little like, you know, I said not a depressive state, but you're a little worried about a lot of things or whatever it is. To be honestly, a lot of people didn't make it through that. To be
mm,
honestly, they didn't, and they also didn't made it. Like if they walk in my shoes, they would not
yeah,
be able to, you know, to to make it through. They probably just give it up. You know what? Here's I just throw up the white flag, like game over
yeah,
for me or whatever, and just walk away or whatever it is. But I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's tough.
yeah.
It's tough, but at the same time, it's challenging and it's self-rewarding, you know, because you get to better yourself a lot more better. Because if I look back many years, like, wow, I was like in so much, I was in completely in a different space. You know, like I was telling you in the last time, you know, like people had friends who deal with drugs and gangs and whatever type of stuff or whatever. I didn't ever picture myself here, you know. So if I had to go back in time and tell all my friends like, "Hey, I'm here," they probably just say, "Nah, you're lying. Oh, that's not possible. What are you talking about?" I'm like, you don't. It's like they can't see it, they can't understand it, they can't even grasp it. What you're talking about, whatever. Still up to this day, some people just can't believe where I'm at in
Yeah,
complete disbelief. So some people in your life probably looking at you right now. You know what? He seems like he's on the right track, man. Like, oh, he got there, and I don't think I can do that. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty hard, man. So I'm not saying it's easy, but it's tough. But still, I prefer to go through the storm, man, and just see where life takes me. You see what I'm saying? That's all
yeah.
it is. So yeah,
Where
man. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just I'm interested because obviously I don't meet that many people that have that mindset where they are prepared to walk through the storm and to see where life takes them. They either go with the wind and just go with the flow of things every single day and they have no control over their lives, or
Mm.
they're a control freak and then they try and control every single thing, and then people end up leaving them, and that changes their life in a bad way because people end up resenting those people. But for you, it's like kind of like you know what to control and what not to control in life.
Yeah, you just gotta let go of some things. You can't just like grab everything and like I got all of this. I can hold on to this. No, you can't. Just take what you can and do what you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's pretty tough, but it's all right, man. I mean, I have a lot of adversities and things that I've been through in the past, but it will take too long in this podcast, but it's all right. But it's okay. But I think as time passes, people get to understand where I'm coming from, where you're coming from, and where your mindset, and people will just be like, you know what? I've been through this. I can relate. I can
yeah,
understand or whatever. It would probably give a positive energy that rubs off on somebody, and they'll be like, you know what? My life is not perfect, but if I can learn something from these guys,
yeah,
something, congrats, I can become better than what I am,
yeah.
tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And this is what I would hope for the podcast to be like, for people to just take words of wisdom from it, to put it into their lives if they can, because me and you, like, we're still getting to know each other.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just for context, I'm not rich. I'm not um, a massive entrepreneur where I've got a massive following and I can buy my way out of problems in life. I'm still working a 9 to 5 job as and when I go
Mm,
back. I obviously run my coaching business, and I put like I put stuff on Instagram and Facebook for people to enjoy and have some positivity in their life, but to be practical with that as well. Like, I don't just do this for no reason. I have a reason for it because there's so much suffering out there in the world that
yeah, you
it's
gotta be
better to bring.
intentional. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, this doing this is, it feels like it feels like my purpose in a way. I don't know if it's the same for you. Like, for me, it just feels
I
good
mean,
that if one person took something from this, then that's great. That's my job done.
yeah, yeah, I mean, it's purpose. I'm saying like I said, like a couple weeks back, I said like sometimes in life you gotta pull the trigger and take a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's what it is.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel
There's
like
no,
this is my purpose also as well because I wasn't I didn't like develop this and like take this idea or whatever hacking. Okay, I can do this, I can do that. No, no, no. It's something I've been doing way back,
yeah,
even
for
in
a
my
long
young
time.
age and all the way up to now. So that's what purpose is, not I just say something, so I give you purpose. No, there's something that you're actually born with. Sometimes people, I have to say, like some people feel like, what was it? You have to feel like the purpose that you have. I lost my thought on this one.
Just say it how maybe you think it goes, or in other words, if you can.
I would say, yeah, in a few words, I
About
would say,
people's purpose.
I mean, people's purpose, I would say, stop looking at other people to help you find your purpose. That's what I have to say. And that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, this is my purpose." Are you sure that's what your purpose is, or whatever it is? I mean, they could give you clues or whatever, but that's what you're really supposed to be doing. No, it's
Yeah,
like you really have to like um love what you're doing. It comes deep down inside. It's not like I can teach you that or anyone else, you know? It's kind of like, okay, look at Michael Jordan.
yeah,
Did somebody told him to like, hey, you can become a basketball player, or did he went to did it by himself? You know what I'm saying? Of course he got help or whatever it is,
yeah,
but that's what he was meant to do. That's what it
yeah.
is. So
And
yeah.
you never know if you try and follow somebody else's their purpose, and you're just following them because you like them or something, and it doesn't light you up inside. It doesn't give you butterflies. It doesn't make your heart go fast. It doesn't make you feel that good. When you hit that first roadblock or when you come across that adversity, how strong are you in your mindset to overcome it? Because that might be the sign for you to, that might be a sign for you to say, this isn't for me. This adversity, I can't overcome it because it doesn't feel good. So you have to just go trust yourself and just, I always say the in life you have to fuck things up and figure it out. Every job I've had, every career I've had
Mm,
up until this point, some things I've liked. I failed some exams and I didn't fully get the job, which is unfortunate. But I wouldn't really change it now because of what I'm doing now. I would have maybe gone down a different path, and when 10 years later I could be unhappy in that job or something.
yeah,
But now
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I have a clear mission in life because of what's happened. Can't change it, so I have to figure out what I really want to do because all of those jobs I had before, and we'll probably talk about this in other episodes, like
Mm-hmm.
not all of them were for me in terms of my purpose in life. It was just because I was advised, I was taught how to do these things, or I just kind of went with the flow and just tried to apply for that job and then see what happens. But coaching for me and doing the job I'm doing now, more so the coaching and even the podcast and everything else I'm doing around coaching is just it lights me up inside. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no that for me is just it feels so good. And
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a purpose like that in terms of a job, a career, a passion. Apart from playing football, this is like akin to that. Playing football or doing this, it makes me feel fucking good.
Yeah.
um, and I want to just say with overcoming these adversities in life, you have to trust your instincts. You have to figure out if you don't know what you want to do and you're scared of overcoming adversities. Listen, you're gonna hit adversities in life
Mm.
whatever you do, wherever you
Yeah.
go. It's all about finding out what lights you up inside, what makes you feel good. And if you don't know what makes you feel good, start by writing these things down. Write down what you don't want to do. I don't want to be a mechanic. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to work in a shop. I don't
Mm.
want to
Yeah.
do this. When you have that list after 5, 10 minutes, you're going to have a list of things you don't want to do. That might flip a switch and go, hmm, okay, I don't want to do these things. What's left? Because you ask yourself the questions, what don't I want to do? Eventually, you're going to narrow it down into something that you might want to do. And this is what I come across with a lot of people in life is that they don't know what they want to do because they're scared of adversity, they're scared of obstacles, they're scared to get out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, we're scared, but we're just leaning into that fear and we're just doing these things because
Mm-hmm.
life's too short to stay in that bubble. So to end on my side, we don't have a magic wand here to
Yeah, we don't, yeah.
cast a spell and say this is going to help me overcome this adversity. We just work through it. We don't have
Yeah.
any special button. There's no magic formula. We just lean into that and go, I'm going to overcome it one way or another.
Yeah, of course. And that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, like, hey, expect a lot of problems to come along your way. Expect that you're gonna feel worried. But this expect the worst and
Yeah,
also just prepare for the, the best, and just set yourself up. That's what it is, You're like, okay, fine. I know it's going to
yeah.
happen, but you know what? I'm okay with it. It's fine. So
Expect it. Yeah,
yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is, it's fine. But hey, I'm at a age right now. I'm still overcoming adversities. I'm still dealing
mm,
with it right now. So it's okay. I'm all right. I've been through so much stuff in my life. I just feel like, okay, fine. It doesn't really, not saying that I'm fearless. I do have fears, but I'm willing to go through it. That's what it
yeah.
is. Okay. So that's what I do. Yeah. So yeah, man. I know it's like, but it's good stuff though. So I know you gotta be out.
Yeah, gonna have to go. But this has been a really good talk, and I'm excited to go on to the next episode. We'll talk about what we're gonna call the podcast. Um,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I think like starting like tomorrow, I'm starting to like, talk to you a little more frequently and whatever, like through the message. I'm going to look into WhatsApp because I know I heard of WhatsApp, but I never really used it or whatever, but I'm gonna look into it and see what works for both of us, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's fine.
try that. Get back to me. If not, we'll stay through Messenger. But yeah, I want to just put it out there one more time. What comes to mind for me is the Life Project (TLP). It just when you sent the first file for the first episode, you named it like my project or something like that.
Yeah, my
My life
project, yeah.
project, something like that. Yeah, and I don't know why, but the first thing sprang to mind. Of that.
Here's the funny thing. I did not even label it. It's the Zoom. The Zoom
Okay.
labeled it as that because I did not write a specific name like podcast
Yeah.
or whatever. So hey man, sometimes funny how ideas come from
Yeah.
strange occurrence when you feel like least expected or whatever it is. But that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So
Cool.
yeah, man. So everyone out there that's looking at this podcast, I mean, I really, really would like everyone to look at it. Just take something away from both of us, even if it's
Yeah.
just one thing. Just take one thing away from us and just apply it to your life and see what works. And if you have any questions or you want to talk to us or whatever, you could talk to Denise, you could talk to me, or it's social medias will be probably in the link description. Will be in the link in the description under this video. Either his or mine. It doesn't really matter, but I will upload the video and you can just follow us. So go subscribe to Denise, subscribe for me, and yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Enjoy your rest of your day, and God bless, man.
Perfect. And you, man. Just one quick thing for you with
Yeah.
my name. You got it right, but it's pronounced in Turkish. It's pronounced Deniz. So not
Denise. Okay, well, here's the you see the
good.
difference, the culture differences. Okay,
It's
because your name, right? It's well, don't be offended by this.
no,
It
no,
says
no. Of course,
Denise. You say Denise is the I, right? The I in the Z says Denise. In America, it sounds like a girl name. So it ends in
yeah.
IES,
I-S-E.
Denise. Yeah,
I. So
the
my
IES.
name,
Yeah,
my obviously in Turkish, it's pronounced Deniz.
Denise.
Deniz.
Like
Deniz.
Denny's,
Or like not so much emphasis on the I. Deniz. So
Denny's,
Niz. Niz.
Denny's, Niz,
Deniz. Yeah.
Denny's.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Deniz.
Denny's,
Yeah,
Denny's.
but to make it easier for you, because like when I was at school, everybody used to call me Denise. I'm used to it now. I don't care. But
Yeah,
because some people don't realize the pronunciation difference, but I'm used to everybody, even in my family, they all call me Dennis, like Dennis the Menace. You know,
Denny's the menace. Yeah, I know. That's fine.
just just
So
just
Denny's.
pronounce it Dennis. It's so much easier to say Dennis, like the old school way of Dennis. Yeah, with
Yeah,
like just think of it with an S. Dennis. That's
Niz,
how I try and say it to people. Yeah,
Denny's, Denny's.
it's gonna sound weird now, right?
Yeah, it's just all right. So, it's
Just,
okay.
just, just think, Dennis.
Denny's,
Yeah. If you can
Denny's.
get Dennis right, if you can get Dennis right, say it like that. I appreciate it. But honestly, if
Yeah,
you
that's my homework for the week.
yeah, pronounce my name. No, but honestly, if you can't get that pronunciation there, just think Dennis. because like with an S, it just makes it so much easier for people. So yeah,
Yeah, it's all right. It will come to me. It will come to me. Right now, I'm just like tongue tied because I'm used to saying it
yeah,
in
I've said
American
it so many
English,
times.
whatever. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
it is. But yeah, hey, we
Cool,
learn
man.
something every day, man. So yeah,
Exactly.
man. So hey, man, take it easy, man, and
You
enjoy your
too.
day, man.
Yeah, give
I'm gonna
me
go sleep. It's too late.